Hey Libra, welcome to your 2019 forecast. I know it's February, it's the middle of February. I appreciate everybody's patience with this, but I am finally getting everything rolled out as fast as I can. So, the way that we do this, sorry, I'm like all super distracted already because I'm like getting intuitive things coming in already for you guys. So, I know January was tough. We'll get there. Like, I get it. I understand that January is tough. I understand that I was a little harsh with people during February. It's funny. I got a lot of negative feedback for the February video, and I am only doing what I'm told to do. Honestly, like, don't shoot the messenger. I got a lot of negative feedback. It was very interesting how Libras just did not want to hear the truth in February. And we're still in February. So anyway, so we're going to look at, we have the major arcanas from one deck, and we're going to look at January through June in this reading. If you would like the extended, which I didn't offer last year, so I'm offering that this year, you can get the extended. You can go to my website to get it. This will be July through December. You can go to my website to get it. You can go to Vimeo, or you can become a patron on Patreon. Where you can get all of the extendeds, you can get twin flame videos, you can get meditations. There are 3 different ways you can support me on Patreon. So pretty cool. It's fun and exciting. So yeah, check all that out. All that information is in the description box below. So Libra, oof. January felt like it was an entire year in itself, right? February, I think the biggest thing about Libras in February is, you know, if a Libra is unbalanced in their life in some way, if there's not alignment within a Libra's life, it feels very chaotic, except there is alignment in Libra's life. They're just not really recognizing it quite yet, and possibly being affected by the shadow period of Mercury retrograde at the end of February. So I don't want everybody to freak out about the negative video for February. It wasn't even actually negative. It was just like the beginning was kind of rough, and there was a lot of truths that were told, and some people don't like to hear the truth. So I love you guys. I'm a Libra rising. I'm affected by your energy too. Like, it's one of the most prominent energies in my chart. I can't lie to myself either. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. So after we do this spread, I will clarify each position with tarot, each month with tarot after looking at an overall theme. When I'm done with this reading, I'll pull July through December so you guys can kind of see what's coming up for the extended. That way, if you want to get it, you can. If you don't want to get it, you don't have to. So January, ooh, look at that. The Lovers. See? So this is past energy. February is the Chariot. March is the Fool. April is the Magician. May is the World. I have a hair, sorry. And June is the High Priestess. So this actually doesn't look really bad. First half of the year looks pretty good. Let's see what happened in January. Let's look at some past energies. I feel like January was a mixed bag for a lot of people. Man, I am like shedding all over the place. Sorry. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So the Lovers could be a really strong relationship. You could be dealing with a Gemini. Yeah, 5 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. That's very interesting. Are you even interested in the fact that there's a heavy connection here? Like, I'm curious if you have a strong connection with somebody, but you're ignoring it. Like, you're lying to yourself that you can't have it, or there's some type of feeling like it's not yours, or that it's not going to happen. Maybe it's too good to be true. Could be with a water sign. All right. So we have the King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you're just trying to stay stable in your life. I feel like there's this energy of, I can't really have a relationship right now because I really need to keep my stability. I feel like that's what January was all about. You were trying to stay grounded and stable and grow your money, it's like you didn't want something to disrupt what you've already built for yourself. Let's see, Five of Swords. Let's see what the Five of Swords is. Five of Pentacles. I think that you purposefully put yourself out in the cold. Maybe it was that you didn't feel like you were good enough in some way, but I feel like you turned your back on some relationship, or you started to turn your back on a relationship. I almost feel, or somebody turned their back on you. Let's put it that way. Somebody might have turned their back on you, but the energy was still moving forward for this. It feels like the energy is moving forward, whether you turned your back on them or not. So I have the Wheel of Fortune on the Four of Cups. It's like whether you like it or not, this is karmic and it's going to happen. Something within this relationship or this connection is still going to happen. It's still going to be karmic, or it's still going to work in your favor. So we have a water sign here. Could have a lot of Leo qualities, but I feel like this person is very strong in your life. Like there's a very strong energy. On the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Magician and the Hierophant. There are a lot of very, very big major arcanas in January. So this was a huge shift in your life that happened. I don't know if you feel like you had to turn your back on somebody and then somebody new came in. I don't know if you've had to turn your back on somebody and now you're manifesting something new. But I think that you were trying to, there's this sense and this feeling of really needing to stay grounded and really trying to manifest that grounding. You could be working with a Gemini, like this could be in work and not necessarily in relationships. But if it does have to do with a really big relationship or a big connection, it feels like this is something that you actually manifested. And I think once where you felt left out, like maybe in the beginning of January, you felt really left out. And then there was, like I said, like January felt like an entire year in itself. Felt like so much happened in January that it was almost like this domino effect that occurred. You know? So I feel like you manifested this. I feel like it's something that you couldn't really deny. And a lot of it had to do with your place in society or your belief system, like the things that you truly believed in. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's see what February has. We have the Chariot. So you could be dealing with a Cancer energy, especially with that King of Cups. But the Chariot is all about moving forward. It's all about going in the direction of your life purpose. It's about putting yourself out there and grabbing the reins and saying, okay, universe, you have the direction of where I'm going. I'm headed with you. And I feel like as you do this, that's how things start to kind of calm down in February, or things start to even out. When you begin living your life purpose instead of lying to yourself that you don't know what your life purpose is, or lying to yourself that you can't do it if you do know what your life purpose is. So we have the Six of Swords, and we have Judgment, and we have the Moon. I feel like by the time the Virgo full moon comes around, again, you could be dealing with a Cancer. There's almost like this call to action. Like there is this thing that you just have to do. It could be before the Cancer full moon. It could have been because of the Leo eclipse that we had in January. But now you're building something, right? The Three of Pentacles, it's about entrepreneurship. It's about working with other people. It's about building things, growing things, right? Community involvement, stuff like that. I feel like once you recognize where you're going, where you're headed, yes, that's how the energy shifts. That's how things become calm. You're manifesting your own reality right now. And I don't want you to see, I don't want you to get caught up in the mundane aspects of what you can't see, right? The things that you don't know, the answers you haven't gotten yet. I don't want you to get caught up in that. I want you to get settled within the idea that even though you don't know exactly where you're going, it's about the journey, not the destination, right? And if you're a follower of mine on Instagram, you can see that, like, I talk about that all the time. The memes that I put up, like, it is all about your journey. It's not about the destination. It's all about the steps you have to take to get to where you're going, not where you're going, right? I feel like when you come into alignment with that, when you come into a peace about that in February, right? The Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor. Things start happening really rapidly, but you cannot blindfold yourself. Two of Swords on Judgment. Cannot blindfold yourself to the things you can't. Just because you don't know where you're going doesn't mean it doesn't actually exist. Okay? So let's get the moon. Moon. Yes. And this may really very well have to do with a relationship. I feel like something happens at the Virgo full moon, Two of Cups, to bring this relationship together. Or it's kind of like an aha moment that happens. Like something happens around the Virgo full moon. Well, remember that Mercury will be in Pisces, which is just opposite that Virgo full moon. So a lot of emotions, a lot of relationship things that are happening during that time. Pisces talks about the unknown and the emotional aspects of it, and being creative and being open. There we go. And then so you could be dealing with a Taurus energy too, Libra. But with the Hierophant on the Three of Pentacles, I do feel like there's this teacher-student thing that's going on with the Three of Pentacles here. Could be that you're teaching, it could be that you're learning. But I feel like a lot of this has to do with your soul tribe. I feel like a lot of it has to do with your soul purpose and where you're going. And so I don't want you to freak out if you cannot see the end result. I want you to allow yourself to open up to all the possibilities that you have. Okay? I want you to open yourself up to everything that's in front of you. Even if you don't know even if you don't know where you're headed, there is this feeling of purpose and that you just know that you need to go. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I was getting tripped up on what I was trying to say there. It's just this purpose, this knowing I need to go in this direction, and that's just all there is to it. Sorry about that. Needed a little drink. A little spiritual gangster mug there. I think it's empty, actually. It's just there for looks. March, the Fool. So with the Chariot, you're being pushed in a certain direction. In March, I feel like you're actually going to be able to start, like you need to take risks. Basically, the Fool is saying have faith, trust in the process, take the much needed risks that are in front of you. I feel like you have a lot of options. You may need to travel to go somewhere. There might be some emotional things. This is during Mercury retrograde. I don't think that you guys will be super affected by Mercury retrograde. But I do think that because Chiron is moving into Aries, there may be some relationship things that are happening. That happens in February. So, and that'll be there for the next 8 years, 7 to 8 years. So remember that. Five of Pentacles. You need to take risks, even though there are a lot of things that are being thrown at you right now. You need to take risks so that you're not left out. I don't care what anybody else says or thinks about what you're doing in your life. If you're aligned with the goal that you want to move forward on, it doesn't matter. See, we go 7, 8, and then we have a 9. 9 of Cups here. The thing that's in between the 7, 8, and 9 is you not feeling like you're good enough to do it. This is sabotaging yourself by lying to yourself and saying, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do. No. We don't play that game. We don't play the I can't do that game just because there's a lot going on, just because we're not sure of the exact path that we're headed. We take the risk, right? So, Seven of Cups. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about this water sign. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what the Eight of Cups is. I feel like there are just triggers that you need to walk away from. I feel like you're doing it to yourself. I think that if you do have some intuitive feelings that are going on here, we have the High Priestess on the Eight of Cups. You need to listen to your gut instincts. If someone is confusing you, if someone is giving you mixed signals, no, that's not okay. You deserve to have somebody that's going to be strong enough and confident enough to let you know how they feel about you every single day. Right? And the Queen of Wands on the Five of Pentacles. If there's a fire sign that makes you feel a little bit left out or makes you feel like you're not good enough, that's not okay. This could be all up in your head, or this could actually be happening. Either a fire sign or a water sign that's not making you feel so good about yourself. Let's see what the Nine of Cups is, because I feel like things are actually better than you think. Kind of like, oh, there we go. Kind of like we talked about in February. See, you're manifesting. You're the one that has all the power to switch that wheel and get every single thing that you've ever wanted. But you have to take a risk on it. So either you're doing this to a fire sign or a water sign. You're confused about how things are going. You're confused about and I would love to say that this is about work, but there's a lot of emotions involved here. So I feel like you have a wish. You have a dream. You are able to shift the energy anytime you want to. You are the magician, right? And we're ending the magician energy in March here as Mercury starts to go direct and is still in a shadow period, but goes direct at the end of March. It feels like things are kind of coming into fruition a little bit more than maybe what you thought or believed before. So, and then we have the Magician for April. So you're really manifesting things. Like, you have a lot of power. You could be dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini energy, but you have the power to make the celebration happen, to bring everybody together, to, you know, talk about the transformation that's happening here, right? Being honest with yourself. So we have the Three of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Death card for April. You're in charge of what's happening. You're in charge of this transformation. You have to be honest with yourself. I feel like there's something that needs to change. There's like a dynamic that needs to change here. Don't try and manipulate people getting together for the betterment of your journey. What I want you to do is manifest everything coming into your life that you want, because your dreams are actually coming true. You're making things happen in your life, but I don't know, it's weird. It's almost like you're not seeing it clearly. You're seeing all the negative aspects of what's happening and not the positive. And I'm not trying to throw shade at you, and I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not, you know, I'm talking to myself too. Remember, Libra rising, talking to myself too. If you're working with a Capricorn, I feel like there's a lot of celebrations around work and coming together and pushing forward. Yeah, there's just a lot of hard work and community stuff and celebrations and coming together in April. That you're making this happen. Like, you're the one that's, and Libras do that. We're like the best hosts and hostesses in the world. We're the ones that bring everybody together. I just swallowed a whole bunch of air. That'll be fun. Hopefully I don't start hiccuping. That would suck. But yeah, I feel like you're the one that's taking the steps to make sure that everybody's getting together and getting along here, especially when it comes to work. But you need to be honest with yourself about, like, be careful about what you're saying. Be honest with yourself if you want to offer something to possibly a Scorpio, or a Scorpio wants to offer something to you, or a water sign in general, or a Virgo or a Gemini. I think that's a conversation that needs to be had, but watch your words. I almost want to say, like, don't even, like, little white lies. Don't tell little white lies. Don't tell them that something's going to happen if you already know that it's, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's plan to go out on this day, but you already know that you've overbooked yourself or something like that. Like, don't tell them something just to make them feel better. That's what I feel like is happening in April. And then we have the Ace of Wands on the Death card. So there is a really great opportunity for transformation and change here. Really, really, really great opportunity. And getting everything you've ever wanted with the Nine of Cups. I feel like this, like, wish come true, dream come true, everything coming together kind of stuff. But it feels very much like you're being stubborn about what it is that you want. If it doesn't look exactly the way that you wanted it to manifest, I kind of want to say, like, don't be so hard on yourself about it, or don't be so hard on everybody else about, like, let up a little bit, Libra. Like, if you're putting together, like, a party, a work party, it feels very much work related for some reason. Could have to do with a relationship. Maybe you're in a relationship where you guys work together and you're trying to just bring everybody together. If it doesn't happen exactly the way that you want it to happen, release the expectations. The Four of Pentacles is releasing the expectations so that you can come together in a much more peaceful way. I do think everything's going to turn out, but you need to allow the universe to work as well. You don't have control over all of it. You need to allow the universe to work as well. So we have the World for May. So ending a cycle, starting a new one. Very interesting that we got the Four of Pentacles at the end of April, because I feel like the end of this cycle, ooh, there you are, standing very, very tall. I think you're in charge of whatever cycle needs to end. I think that you have quite a bit going for you. I feel like there's a lot of communication that's happening, a lot of messages, and a lot of success. Now, I think you're going to have so much communication that's coming in with the Page of Wands, and it's because you completed a cycle and you're starting a whole new area of life. Like, you're starting a whole new facet of your life. Page of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. I think you're going to have some decisions to make because you have so many amazing things that are, like, lining up for you. I think that you're going to have to pick and choose. Like, you're going to have options. Sorry, I feel like I'm getting choked by this silly sweatshirt. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles makes me feel like you're going to have a lot of options in May for you to choose from, but all of them are going to be the right way. It's almost like you can't make the wrong decision in May. It's like everything is going to go in your favor. And let's see. Page of Wands. Okay. So we have the Page of Pentacles on the King of Swords. So definitely going in a new direction, something that could be super, super solid for you. Make sure that if somebody isn't offering you enough, you need to be very discerning about what offers are coming to you, because I feel like you're being offered quite a bit. If it's coming in a Page of Pentacles kind of way, like, it's just not enough for you to say, like, make sure that you know your worth. I feel like you will, but I think this is a warning that somebody might try to lowball you, and I don't want you to get lowballed, okay? Whatever that is, whether that's in a job, whether it's in a relationship, whether like if somebody's trying, like saying you are supposed to be getting a promotion and they don't give you a raise with it, like don't let somebody offer you something and it's only like half-assed, okay? So we have the World on the Page of Wands. So I feel like what this is saying, the communication that you're getting about stuff in May is really closing out some cycles for you. But I think it's opening you up to a lot of opportunities. This could also be a lot of traveling. The World does represent traveling. Could be traveling long distance. Let's see, 6 of Wands. And yeah, there's a lot of passionate activity that's going on for you where you feel really, really good about the efforts that you've made already this year. So we have the Knight of Wands on the 6 of Wands. Don't get too cocky. That's like the first thing that came to my mind. Don't get too cocky. I want you to rise above, but I don't want you to be like, ha ha, everything's working out for me and nothing's working out for you. Like, I don't want you to get too cocky when it comes to things going on in May. Let's see, 2 of Pentacles. So we have this water sign here again. And I do feel like there's some kind of deliberation, like you're trying to make decisions. I don't think it's bad. I think that you're headed off on a really good journey. I feel like there's one person that's kind of leaving your life and another person that's coming in. So allow that to happen. Don't think too hard on it. I feel like this 2 of Pentacles is vacillating too much. And I feel like if you vacillate too much on about a person or a thing, you might possibly lose it. Don't do that. Still shedding. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. Not right now. And then we have the High Priestess for June. So then we have the High Priestess for June. I think that there's a lot of things that are coming to light, a lot of clarity, a lot of communication. Part of you really wants to keep things quiet, and the other part of you wants to shout it from the rooftops, right? So we have the the Ace of Swords and Judgment. But with the High Priestess here, I feel like your intuition is saying, maybe I should just keep things kind of on a down low for right now. But the Ace of Swords and Judgment makes me feel like you want to shout something from the rooftops. It's become very, very clear to you, some kind of message, and it's bringing you into alignment big time. So with the 9 of Pentacles, it could be something that you're doing on your own, but with Justice here, you're really feeling yourself. Listen, listen, listen to your intuition. Allow yourself to move forward. It could be that somebody is becoming single, or they're starting a new business, or they're starting to grow their business in some way. With this 9 of Pentacles, always makes me feel like there's a new business, or like you're an entrepreneur in some way because you're doing it all on your own. Sitting very pretty, but doing it all on your own. So Ace of Swords. Okay. Something had to crumble. There was a part of your life that seems very like it was toxic in some way, harsh in some way. The Tower energy on the Ace of Swords, it's like clearly it was time for whatever was unstable in your life to come down. So in June, it feels like you're having to make some serious decisions on how to move forward to keep this balance in your life. I feel like it's karma. I feel like it's karmic retribution. Something is coming back to say, you just need to wrap this up. You need to tie up some loose ends because you're trying to close out cycles. And the universe is saying it's time to, you have to deal with this. You cannot any longer ignore what's going on because you have to tie it up in a nice, sweet little bow so you can move on with your life. Like, you don't want to stay stagnant anymore. You don't want to get stuck. 8 of Pentacles on the 9 of Pentacles. See what I mean? I feel like you have to tie up some loose ends in a business aspect, in order for you to keep growing. And I think that it's turning out better than you think, but for some reason, there was this Tower moment that was just like, something had to change, something karmic had to switch out, some kind of communication or information came to you. It could have to do with the government. But I feel like if you don't deal with it, it will block you from abundance moving forward. Like, you need to put up healthy boundaries. You need to you need to stand up for yourself. You need to allow yourself to move forward in really big and abundant ways. But at the same time, you have to be honest with yourself and see what it is that is not working, so you can gain clarity on how to get things to work. And I feel like this is very business related. It's all coming out balanced in the end. I just feel like you're going to have a little fight to get there. Okay, so let's see what July through December looks like. July through December. July is the Star. August is the Devil, or the shadow side in this deck. September is the Empress. October is Justice. Look at that. For your birthday month, look at that. Wheel of Fortune in November. Ooh, and December is the Tower. Okay. All right, Libra. That's for your extended. If you would like to see your extended, the July through December, check the description box below. All of the information is down there. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful year, and I'll be back for more readings. Bye.